Get ready. Get set, go! Come here, I have your medal, and Tyler McRae for best performance in the book hurdles. You know why?
Why? Because I'm Tyler McRae.
Because it's Reading Olympics. I think that we did an interview on Reading Olympics.
Reading Olympics. Tyler McRae, champion 27.
Okay, go tune into that interview.
Hi, I'm Siani Sanders here with Mr. Donino to talk about Reading Olympics. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
You're welcome. And so what is Reading Olympics?
Well, Reading Olympics is a competition for students. There's elementary teams, middle school teams, and high school teams. It is a competition which involves reading for pleasure. So it's not the kind of reading you would do for English class or history class. You read a list of books and you go to a competition, which I think is in March, and you work as a team to answer questions. And the team that scores the most points from answering the questions correctly wins the competition.
So how is it different from middle school and elementary school?
The books are different. They're geared towards reading levels for you guys here at the high school. There are books that deal with current events. There are fiction books of mysteries, and there's a couple of horror books in there. There's about 45 books that students as a team have to read, and the questions are all random and they're based on the list that's given at the beginning of the year.
And how long does it take to read one book? Like how long do y'all have?
Well,
time span?
the team has until March. I believe it's mid-March when the competition happens, and there should be a team of around 8 to 10. So you're not reading all 45 by yourself. You're reading maybe 2 or 3. And depending on how quickly you read, you could probably get through those 2 or 3 well before March.
And is there multiple teams or is just one team?
You can have multiple teams. I believe you can't have more than 2. So if we got 20 students, we'd have 2 teams of 10.
Okay. And is it open to anyone or just gifted students?
No, it's open to anyone. If you like to read, if you enjoy reading, if you want to read for a purpose other than taking a test in English or getting a grade in school, this is probably the way to kind of tie those 2 things together.
And how often are practices?
We'll probably have practice, and like I said, we're still kind of working all this out. We'll have practice probably once a month, maybe every 2 weeks as we get closer. So you'll probably get together, and the other sponsor and I will come up with questions, and we'll practice the actual event, not actually reading the books.
And where are practices held?
Room 203.
And how does the competition work itself?
When you get to the school, you are put together as a team and given a test. Now, it's not a test like you would get in English. You don't take it by yourself. You take it as a team. Depending on how the size of the competition, it's either a paper test that you're given or the questions are called out, and you can write them down. Like if you were going to do some kind of trivia tournament, you write out your answers, or you fill out the test and turn it in, and it's based on the number of questions you get right. The questions are not literary in any way. They're not questions about interpretation or author's purpose. They're more questions about character and plot and things that happen in the book, not the way you see the book.
And is the test time-based or?
Yes, it is timed. I'm not sure for high school how long the time is, but for a team of 8, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. And would you like to add anything else?
Just if you're not sure you want to join right now, and say in November or December you decide, hey, a few of my friends are in this is something I'd like to do, you don't have to join right now. If you want to join closer, in a month or 2, just come by 203 and we'll be happy to have you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Siani Sanders here with Mr. Donino. We just talked about Reading Olympics. Back to the Eagle's Eye.